Hello everyone and welcome back to the 12th part tutorial of the bathroom tutorial. This time we will start off by creating a new closet and mirror for our bathroom. There are basically tons of design for these kind of things, and I prefer this time to create something a little bit different. I mean, most of you probably know this, you see catalogs and stuff like that. And there is this part where, this design, which is basically a main closet that on top of it, we have the sink, which is like a different part of the closet. It's looked like, a built-in to this closet. It's like just sitting on top of it like it was some kind of a bowl or something. Bowl, like BOWL. Okay, so let's just start by first grabbing the entire things here, and I'm gonna grab these two things that we added last time. So I'm gonna add them to this layer, so I will be able to simply hide those, and we will start with a basic cube. Okay, I'm gonna stretch it and make it so. Now I wanna have Well, I want to have this somewhat in the same size that I needed already, so I will know better how to construct this. So I'm going to apply it just for a while the other layers, just to know where I'm going to place it, and having a better idea just what will be the size of it eventually. So I'm going to put it that way, and yeah, something like so, maybe more of like this height. And if I will need, I will make some changes later on. Right now, we're going to keep it that way, pretty simple and clean. And I'm going to grab edge, this edge, control right click, ring utilities to edge ring and split. And on top of it, I will basically add few edge loops, offset edge loops. So shift right click and offset edge loop. And I'm going to add one edge here. And well, you know what, maybe a little bit more than that. So press F8, bring it back to object mode. I'm going to add simple edge over here. And from those two corners, I mean those two faces here, I'm going to extrude them and lift them up. So I'm going to extrude them that way and lift them up to about so. I'm going to apply the room for a second. I just want to see what will be the scale of it that way. Now I'm okay with that it will touch the ceiling, so maybe, you know what, maybe let's do it lower that way. Well, I'm a little bit confused. Maybe, yeah, I'm going to lower it up to the ceiling level. Just about so. And it will be customized if needed, so no worries. You know what? Sorry, sometimes I'm just having those problems to think about some things. So I'm going to put it here and then extrude it once more to the ceiling. That way I will have this divided at the same time, exactly the same place. And then I will be able to grab those two faces here, go over, let's see, edit mesh, and bridge. Now you want to open the bridge options and make sure here you set it to C0, and click apply. So it will bridge those two faces. Now whenever you bridge some things like this, usually when it's a very messed up polygon, what will happen is that you will have some twisted faces here. Now, right now it didn't happen, but be aware that this could happen. And right now, as we bridge them, those two faces have been eliminated. So basically Maya just fill this in between no space, and at the same time it's removing the faces that's been here. I mean those two faces that we grabbed earlier. So you can just examine this by trying to grab any face here, but you can see that inside there we don't have any face. Okay, so just so you will be aware of this. I'm gonna turn off the X-ray and I'm gonna continue with this. So here I want to have a really simple shelves. So something just fell down near me. I'm going to choose insert edge loop, shift right click insert edge loop, and I'm going to change it here to multiple edge loops, and I want to have like 5 shelves here. So I will put 4 and press enter, and then click here and click here. So they are matched. I'm going to grab we're going to add a few edge loops here. So first of all, grab this edge, control right click edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. Do the same over here, grab this edge and press G, and then press F8 to bring it back to object mode, shift right click, insert edge loop. This is, shift right click, offset edge loop tool, okay? And I'm gonna add offset edge loops that way and that way, okay? Now, I was trying to match them, but if it doesn't match, you can simply get rid of half of it and just mirror if you want, so no problem with that. And now I'm going to add a few edge loops, offset edge loops on top of that, okay? You know what, I will mirror this for you, just so you will be able to know how to mirror things and work this around. I don't know, say that way. Well, it's a bit different, but nothing wrong with this. It's barely noticeable when you take a shot from a very distant. So in order to mirror this, basically, in order to save time and not really get into this, I'm gonna grab this edge, control right click edge ring into this to edge ring and split. It will split this here, and so on. I can go and delete half cut of this and press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Choose my move tool, okay, and now you can see that this arrow is the positive Z direction and it's facing it. The entire box is facing it, and we basically need the half cut. This is why we are looking at this that way from this perspective view. So this is the positive and this is the negative Z. We need to mirror in the negative Z, and what we will do, we will shift right click, choose mirror polygon and mirror options. Okay, now I'm doing this because by default, if you will just do a mirror negative Z, it will merge them. So when you see the mirror option, you can choose to mirror this on the negative Z and remove the merge with the original, which by default will be set or ticked. Okay, so I'm going to click apply, and then we will have this mirrored with all this offset edge loops that we added here. Okay, we added here, now it's there. So one thing is that our middle vertices are not attached, and in order to fix this, we need to grab all the middle ones and go on edit mesh, merge component, press F8. I'm almost certain that they are patched, but I will check them. I will grab one vertex and try to move this into both directions, see if there is any open gap. If not, it's all good, and we can continue with that. Now, I'm going to add one edge loop here and one edge loop here. Now, the reason I'm adding those edge loops where the shelves are is just so I will have an option to create those shelves. So I can grab now all of these here. See? That way. And now that I'm going to extrude them inside, I will have shelves. So I'm going to extrude them all at once. That way. I'm going to make sure they are peeking out and then bring them back. All right. Press F8, bring it back to object mode. And that's good. Now, for the mirror, we can go on and right-click, choose face. Okay. I'm going to grab this face, shift double-click on this face. It will loop select everything inside there. I'm going to extrude, shift right-click, choose duplicate face, like so, and press F8 3 times, and then Control to unselect this, and then it will remain. I will remain with this one. I'm going to choose Modify Center to Pivot for it, and I want to move it outside so I can work on it. I'm going to right-click, choose Vertices, first of all, and right now the only thing that I'm worried about is that I have a little bit too many vertices here that are needed. So I'm going to grab all those vertices here and there and try to delete them. I can't really delete them. So what I will do, I will grab all the edges that I don't want. So I'm going to take a look at this that way, and I will be able to mark, select everything that's in the center there, except this one, because this one is important, and shift right click, delete edge. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. And now let's get rid of some others. You know what, maybe let's keep this one, but there are two here which I don't want. So I don't want this one, and I don't want this one. And shift right click, delete edge, and press F8 to bring it back to object mode. I'm going to right click, choose vertices. I want to create the frame out of it. So I'm going to squeeze this a little bit, the frame for the mirror. Usually you don't want to have frame, right? You want to have a blank mirror here. So maybe it's good, just to create a mirror out of it. You don't have to do this, but if you you don't want to create this frame, then just leave it. I mean, why not? So let's just take this, right-click edge, double-click on this edge. Let's mesh, fill hole. And here we go. We only need to grab all those faces. And, let's grab all of them. Go over normals and reverse here because they turned into black. So now I can press F8 and simply move this to the back here. Now you can use a snap feature in order to snap this by using the vertices, but I'm going to leave it that way. That should be fine. Next, over here, I'm going to divide this into two first. So I'm going to grab one of those edges, Control right-click, edge ring, utilities to edge ring, and split. Now I have this nice half cut here. So I can choose either create, draws here, two very long draws, and I can create a draws here and here leave a space for towels or something, or just leave it as two doors. So it's up to you, but I will do something such as this now. I'm gonna first insert edge loops. I'm gonna insert one edge loop here. Okay. I think that I want to add one more edge here and one more edge here at the moment. And because I already have now frame for these, I can simply grab these two and extrude them inwards. Okay, extrude them. So now I have two little draws there, and I will be able to decide if I want to fill them up with draws. So that will be useful. And now I will have one large draw over here, and I'll simply, extrude it as well, I think. least for now, I'm going to extrude it. We will create a real draw and not, something that is only look like. So with that done, I can grab this, that one, and I can shift right click, duplicate face, press F8 3 times, Control to unselect the entire structure of this, and bring this outside. Now, in this particular case, what I will do is, first of all, I'm going to go over and choose reverse normals, press F8, and right click, choose edge, double click on this edge, mesh, fill hole. All right. Now, I'm going to double click on this edge and simply shift right click, delete edge, and then grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. And I will do the same with this one, or just grab it and press G, and then shift right click, offset edge loop tool. I'm going to create two edges that way, two edges this direction, and of course I need to add one more edge. So grab this edge, control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split, and then shift right click, offset edge loop tool, and add those two extra edges. Basically what I've done, I just added something like maintaining edges, but it's not really the purpose of it, because this feature ain't going to be smooth preview. It's just borders in order for me to grab those four and still have some thickness here. So I can extrude those down, make sure that they are extruded downwards that way, and then lift them up a little bit. Okay, press F8, and then I will be able also to grab this four faces and extrude them once. Tap on this, create something like a frame here. So squeeze this, you see this nice frame. And with that done, we can grab this frame, double click on it, extrude it just a little bit outside, get some details here. I'll press F8 to bring it back to object mode. And let's see. Well, I'm sort of, I like this that way. So I'm going to just bring this draw backwards here. And we will do the same over the other one. Okay, so let's grab this face. Let's grab this faces, that face there. And I don't know, I want to create this one and then copy it over here, but I'm not sure what will happen there. So let's try. Let's just duplicate those. Press F8 3 times. Control to unselect this. Modify center the pivot for that piece. Let's move it outside. Right click, choose edge. Let's grab this edge. Mesh, fill hole. You see, we already have this edge, and earlier I just deleted on the bigger draw. So this time I will simply grab the mesh, the multi-cut tool, and simply connect those two. Okay, that way. Oops. That way. And then selection tool. Well, selection tool. Well, I need to get out of this and go normal and reverse the normals first and do just the same procedure we've done earlier. Control right click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split, and then press G on this edge, then offset edge loop tool, creating this frame. Well, I want to draw walls to be a little bit thicker, like so. So let's say that way it's fine, and that way fine as well. Well, we probably want this to match, so next time just do it with some more precision. I don't know. I'm going to do this, extrude this that way. Simply bring this to be an even frame. And then scale this uniformly if needed. Let's grab those. And extrude this out a little bit, just as we did earlier. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. And let's just get the top faces and extrude them downwards that way and back. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. So we have draw, and we can press 3, and you can see what happens here. So basically we don't have any supporting edge loops, but if you will just take a look at this, you can see now that we made the exact amount of edges in order to insert here supporting edge loops without interrupting or messed up with your object. So we can add 2 edge loops here and 2 edge loops here, basically on any sharp edge. We can add edge loops and still maintain this sharp while it's smooth preview. So yeah, I don't want to do this right now. I'll just simply bring this over here, this same position where it's a little bit outside. Let's see, wireframe unshaded, get a better idea. Okay, it's a little bit different from that frame. I know this is what I meant. Really want to, in worst scenario, you probably want to grab this and just squeeze this and create a draw that will fit there. I mean, if you really want this to be even, and I know it was a little bit in a rush to create this draw. Anyway, these two there. Now we'll grab this, shift right click, insert edge loop. I'm going to add one edge loop. Well, I think I do have this edge loop over there. Yeah, I have it. So I will simply add 1 or 2 edge loops here, and then I will be able to take this and extrude it inside. Okay. So now we have a big shelf that we can put, I don't know whatever you have in your bathroom. Press F8 to bring it back to object mode. You can as well as add one more shelf here. I don't know which design. Maybe you want a glass inside there or whatever. You can as well bring those and extrude them inwards, inside, like so. Press F8. Well, I can't see where F8 is. It's a little bit dark here. Control D to duplicate those 2 rows. Bring them down. They shouldn't fit here. Okay, maybe on the sides, but on the length, height of them, they are a little bit, high. So right click on this, and then right click on this one, shift select this vertices and these vertices at the top, and I will try to zoom in and match this to this size here. That, press F8 3 times or 2 times, then this is wonderful. And now we're going to create a cube. I want to grab this cube and scale this up. I want to right click, choose vertices, grab those 4 vertices and simply do something such as this. Okay, press F8. Let's scale this down a little bit, and I'm gonna bring this on top of my desk here. Now, you know what? I prefer it to be more as a ball, like rounded one. But there are so many different ways on doing this. So, I mean, you can make it sharper, porcelain like so. But right now it ain't going to stay sharp. I just want to grab everything here and simply bevel it. See what that will give me. That done, I will switch to the tribute editor, make it object mode, and then try to play with the fraction a little bit. Maybe add a little bit segments here to make it smooth. And then I will right click, choose face, grab this face here, extrude it, bring it downwards as it is, you see. And then we can squeeze this so it will inside look as it should and won't peek out from the sides. Just get closer and do this that way. I can turn on X-ray, see better. Well, that looks great. Press F8. I'm gonna press 3 to have a look at this. Let's change the X-ray. So it's nice to have this, outside sharp and inside like, it's nice. It looks nice, though I have one problem, which is I want to add at least one edge loop here to maintain this area. So that way it maybe looks better. And maybe we can simply add 2 more edge loops here and there. And if we will decide, we will add 2 more differently. But I think that way it's nice, okay? I want this to be at least curved like that. Now, press 1. I'm going to right-click, choose edge, grab this, need to switch back to selection tool, right-click, choose edge, grab this edge, control, right-click, edge ring utilities, edge ring and split. And I'm going to do this as well. So grab this edge, press G, right-click, choose vertex. Let's grab this vertex, shift right-click, chamfer this vertex. Well, you know what? Before I'm doing this, I'm in this position where I want to add 2 more edge loops. So before I'm going to do this, I'm going to shift right-click, offset edge loop. Now I don't want them to be here. I want them to stay here. So that way I still have this curved area. Okay. So only here. This is what I am looking for, and I can even add 2 more edge loops here to maintain this. Let's take a look. 3, still curved, looking good. Can grab this edge, shift right click, chamfer vertex, and you already know the procedure. We're gonna grab these 2 edges with the selection tool, at least those 2, squeeze them so it will be even square. Mesh tools, multi-cut tool, click, release, click, hold, drag, shift to close on the 50%, and then right-click to close this. Well, first release and then right-click to close this, and then again, and then again, and just one more time here. Selection tool. I'm gonna grab these 4 cute vertices. Press 3, right-click, choose face. Let's grab this face and delete it. So now we have a nice circle there. Right-click, choose edge. Let's double-click on this edge, spread it a little bit. I want to do it in non-smooth preview mode, so I won't do something such as this without notice. So at least that way, I think it's enough. Okay, and maybe I will spread this at least in this size, in this direction, and yeah. And here, once again, we're gonna do whatever we've done with the bath. So I'm gonna extrude this, extrude them inwards that way, extrude it once more, and extrude it once more. I will do this time a little bit easier on you. I'm gonna bring these and then Shift right click, well, Control right click maybe. You can see that right now I have edges selected, so if I do Control right click, I have this option to change my selection from edge to vertices. So you can choose to vertices, and it will select them as vertices, which is nice. And you can simply get rid of these corner ones and spread those four to get back and be a circle. So that's nice. Now I can grab these faces here, click extrude. Right away, go over keep faces together, untick this, tap on one of those cubes next to the handles, and then grab the middle one and do something like that. And then click extrude once again, and you don't need to do anything with it. It's turned on again. Just grab those, extrude it once more, extrude it inwards, tap on one of the cubes, make it a little bit beveled, extrude it once more, bring it a little bit more down. Just be aware that somewhere there it's a little bit too much. So with that done, you can press delete and delete them. Press 3, have a look at this, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. Let's turn off the wireframe on shaded so we won't see the wireframes. And all I'm missing here is one thing that I intentionally decided to do this that way this time. So grab these. Well, yeah, we can grab these, I guess. And we can extrude those downwards. Okay, a little bit, just a little bit. Shift right click, insert edge loop. We're gonna add a few edge loops to maintain this area. So one here, one here, one here, one here, one there, one here, and one there. Okay, press 3, press F8. So you see this is nice. Now the only thing I'm missing here is a screw. So, whoa, something here is, okay. Let's grab this all over. I'm gonna grab this. Okay. Oh, I think well, I kept it open, so no wonders. Let's just right click face. There is no face here, you see? So I will simply grab this. No, I'm gonna do this all over, just as I did with the bath. So let's take a sphere and press F to focus on it. Let's create a cube at the same time. Let's lift this cube over here, right click, choose face. Let's grab 4 faces of the sides, click extrude, make sure we uncheck the keep faces together, and then we pull this that way. Okay, press F8 to bring it back to object mode. I'm gonna put this here, scale this down a little, take it halfway that way. Now, if you remember, whenever we did it with the bath draining hole, I chose to lower down the axis, of the subdivision axis of the sphere to 8. So this time I don't want to do this all over again. The reason is because right now, if I will do, you remember I had a problem whenever I tried to use the Boolean function, it didn't remove, this from this correctly. So right now I'll just make sure that this thing here is sitting on top of one of those edges. Okay, see, still picking out, still crossing it all over the, that way, and then shift select this and this, mesh, booleans, difference, and you can see now that I already have this screw surface there. Okay, so it's just sparing me this whole thing, and I can I don't need to patch that all. Well, you never need to patch everything, just for the sake of modeling correctly. This time I ain't gonna patch this, so again, no 8 subdivision axes, and if you missed that part or skipped that part, please go to this same part where I assembled that screw on top of it. I'll bring this here. Well, I can not see this. Let's try hold on the V key and snap this. I don't know. Okay, here it is. Hello. Gonna put it here, put it here. Maybe let's change to 4 view, top view. At least this thing we will do correctly. So I'm gonna put this into 4 view. Well, 4 view. Just click on 4 on your keyboard and it will show you wireframes. I'm trying to at least center it. So you can see the handles of my move tool sitting exactly on this guys here. So it means that it's exactly on the center. I'll just smooth preview this and make sure that this one maybe, well, I don't want to smooth preview that, but I'll just want to have this here. Don't smooth preview the screw. And here we go. You have this nice sink here. Now, potentially I also put that a little bit, far from our mirror because I want to create the tap here. So we'll create a very easy tap and it will go like that. We'll create a cube. Okay. And that cube, gonna move it towards my mirror there. Okay, so just want to make sure that the base is somewhat in a, in a size that can fit there. So it is, and try maybe to center it at the same time. Let's center this. Sorry, top view. Make sure you see this handle can be in the center of this closet. So we will know it's centered. We can also move the entire sink a little bit upwards to center it. All right, let's grab this one, move it over here. So some space in between. I'm gonna isolate it that way and right click, choose face. Let's grab this face, extrude it. I'm gonna extrude it upwards, maybe add some more divisions to it, just a little bit, like so. And this face, I'm gonna start and rotate it and push this that way. Extrude it once more, pull it, rotate it that way. And I want to start to, the same time while I'm extruding this, to spread the thickness of this step. So we can simply come and do something such as this, and then extrude it once more, pull this, and then continue on spreading this. But at the same time, don't forget, we need to, rotate it on this axis, maybe pulling it a little bit that way, and extrude it once more. Basically, we are making some kind of a goose kind of neck, okay? But a little bit more spread as a cobra neck. Okay, that way. Extrude once more. Bring it that way. Rotate it a little bit. Now, whenever you rotate, please be aware that you can accidentally rotate it in a different direction. You don't want to do this. So just make sure you grab the correct, circle or whatever it is, handle of this rotation. This is what I'm talking about. Let's just with the move tool a little bit, stretch this a little bit. And of course, we want to make sure, at least for one thing, that it is somewhat, it's not like has this, I don't know how to say this, hard maneuvers from. I mean, you see the angles it's looking good here, so we don't want to mess around with that. We want to keep this when you open it, basically, when you start and open it like this way, so it will be aligned with the others. So here, in this case, I need to close this a little bit and bring this downwards, maybe that way. I think this is a little bit too low and too stretched, so I'm going to bring this back. Sorry. Now here, we can choose to grab those, well, at least those vertices, bring them downwards, and I'm going to right-click choose vertices, vertices, and I'm going to grab them and spread them like so. Grab this, move this over here, spread this a little bit that way, grab those, bring them down, spread this a little bit, just as we did with the neck of the tap, to make sure we have some kind of a nice design to it. You can also do this with here. You can grab, well, the first, I want them to be at the same position, so don't play with them too much. Keep at least the first. We need to make sure that we remember that we have also this this is a little bit too much, I think. I don't want to mess with it. Just right now, I will have to grab them all and start build this up, but bringing them all like so, it will be a little bit weird there. Yeah, just a little bit, nothing too much. Press F8, bring it back to object mode. Now, before I'm going to continue this, I'm going to unisolate this just to see how big is this tap. So I'm going to scale this down, of course, and even more. And as you can see right now, it just lost the entire size of it there. But let's just bring it here. It's not bad. What I do care right now is that I've done here something which is, it's okay, but it's at the same time not that okay. I'm going to grab those 4 faces and delete them. Sorry, 5. Sorry, I just removed some face that I didn't want to remove. I'm going to shorten this and simply right-click, choose, double-click on this edge, edit mesh, fill hole, and press F8. Shift right-click, edge. Let's grab this edge, control right-click, edge ring utilities to edge ring and split. I'm going to do the same to this edge. Press G. So we have those edges crossing. Shift right-click, offset edge loop. Again, I'm creating this kind of a frame here. Now the reason is that I want this to be smooth preview, so that way, okay. Press F8 twice or 3 times, I don't know. I'm pressing F9 and yeah, sometimes I have my, let's rotate this just a little bit that direction, maybe even pull this down so we can rotate it just a little bit more. And yeah, press F8. Let's press 3 just to have a look at this. And just by pressing 3, you can see if it's not really smooth, if some, correct angle or whatever, whenever we extruded it. So that's fine. I'm going to add one edge loop here. I'm going to add a few edge loops down at the base because this is needed. I'm I'm going to press 3 and take a look at how the base look right now. And you can see the base doesn't really touch the ground, so I'm going to pull those vertices. Well, I'm going to pull them all from there because this is already, I mean, I want to keep that. Let's go X-ray. I'm going to grab all these, simply bring them here. Let's turn off the X-ray. Just take a look if this is touching the desk. So yeah. And whatever touching the desk, you can remove the faces from there. So at least from the tap, if you want to, cut some corners there when it comes to poly count and stuff like that. But right now, I'm gonna right-click, choose face those, extrude them inside. Okay. Now here, you just want to make sure that you have something which is extruded inwards just a little bit. Okay, like so, it's enough. Press F8, shift right click, insert edge loop. Now whenever we're gonna press 3 in smooth preview, this area will look bad, so we need to maintain inside also. So I'm gonna add one edge loop here, one edge loop there, and hopefully that will be it, or maybe I will need to add those as well. Now press 3, press F8, and there you go, we have some nice tap here. Now you'll need to choose either this is an electronic kind of infrared tap, or we will maybe create some velvy here, I don't know, in some kind of a weird way extruded out of this. So right now I think I'm going to leave it that way. I do care about one more thing before I'm going to wrap this part. I guess I will have to divide this into a few parts. So let's continue and do some other things here. Now, usually what I will do is I'm going to try and continue model a solid model, but right now it's already not a solid model because we have this sink, which is individual part, and the tap and some of the draws. And just to cut some corners, you don't want to really mess around too much with this problem. I mean, just a little bit too much things to think about. You want to grab this polygon cylinder here. You want to turn on the room layer. You want to grab this and bring it here. And scale it up and stretch it so it will be somewhat in the same proportions, yeah, whatever. So I'm going to place this here, stretch this, making sure I have legs to my that close it here. Control D to duplicate this, or Shift D, whatever, and grab then both of them. Control D, Shift D, and just move them to the other side. Okay, press F8, bring it back to object mode. Oh, sorry, it's object mode. So here we go. We have this, and we have our bath, and I don't know if it's intersecting with the wall. I just see the wall there, so it's a little bit bothering, but maybe it's just, well, I don't know, maybe later on whenever I will need to render this, I will be able to tell what's going on there. But as for the moment, it looks great for me. I mean, I'm satisfied with the result. Hope you satisfy the same. And we will continue the next part. Maybe we'll add some more character to it. I don't know. I do want, maybe, yeah, I need some more, something to lift those draws outside and stuff like that. So I may put some more work on it. So Thank you for watching this part of the tutorial again, and see you at the next part. Bye bye.